Okay. It's very interesting that the second I mentioned this channel to a friend of mine, he threw a question at me, an inquiry. He said, "You're really good with this deck in particular, and I wish I knew how you fucking do it. Because the deck isn't that great, but when you can win 2 locals against actual, like, meta shit, and you 2-0 them, it opens the question. How are you so good with Phantom Knights?" And it's not PK Fire, this is just pure Phantom Knights. There's like 3 non-PK, like, PK monsters in here, and it's only 18 monsters, which is really weird for me. But, I 2-0 most people, because despite this deck being super shit at most things, the grind game, it's unbelievably good. And I'd say it's almost unmatched, because this deck can recycle like there's no tomorrow. Regardless, 3 cloaks. Just get a... I'm sorry for the poor lighting. The space I do this on is literally blocked from the lighting of my room. But there's three cloaks. You can change from attack to defense position to give a dark monster you control 800 until your opponent's end phase. While it's in grave, because they all have grave effects, you can banish this card to add any of the Phantom Knights, which is all the monsters, and 4 of the spell and trap cards from your deck your hand, except for a copy of himself, because that'd be stupid. No, I'll do it. 3 boots. He's your engine. You're like your fucking McSee starter. If you control the Phantom Knights monster, including a copy of himself, you special summon him from your hand. Let's get this so it's a little bit less clear. And when he's in grave, you can banish him to add any Phantom Knights spell trap card. You can only summon him by his effect once per turn. All their stuff is hard once per turn, except for 1 card. Gloves. He's the stat booster. If a Dark Xyz monster is summoned using him, hard once per turn, give it 1,000 attack points. You can banish this card from the graveyard. Send any Phantom Knight card from your deck to your grave. So he can send stuff you don't need, decked in. Send out the other 2, search stuff. Level 4s, we've got Fragile Armor. If a face-up Phantom Knights card you control is destroyed, special from your hand, you can banish from the grave to dump a Phantom Knights card and draw one. So it gets rid of clutter in your hand, which is really nice. My favorite Phantom Knight monster in the deck, and the one most people don't play, I play him at 3 because he's actually fucking unbelievable, is the Cloven Helm. This thing won me a game against fucking nightmares. Let me explain. He went first. He dropped up the extra link. I said, that's cool. That's fine. I summon this. He'd burn through his whole hand, and he had nothing to really get over any of my monsters aside from attacking over them and blocking my extra deck. I summon this. I used Foolish Burial to send a glove. I sent a back row. I sent a spear with Foolish Burial goods. Brought it to 25. Banished to send another and brought it to 3k, and then just sat there, and he couldn't win. To understand why is every time a Phantom Knights card goes to your graveyard from anywhere, he gains 500. Only issue, it's an activated effect, so it can be Ghost Ogred, but it's a permanent stat boost. Not many people play Veiler, so they can't really negate it. So you know he's pretty clean. He's pretty crisp. And in grave, you can banish him, and in the end phase, you can add any Phantom Knight's card from your grave to your hand, non-target, so they can't intercept it. For non-Phantom Knights, we have 2 Dark Griffer, gets the engine rolling. Depending on the circumstances, he can be a 1-card Dark Rebellion into Dark Requiem. In that sense, you can special summon him by discarding a level 5 or higher Dark Monster from your hand. And you can discard a Dark Monster to send one from your deck to your graveyard. And 1 Dark Crusader. I read this thing, I remembered it well, and realized how unfucking believable it is in the Phantom Knight's deck. If you have him and this on the board, you have infinite stab boost for both of them, because he lets you send one from your hand to the grave, any dark monster, to give him 400 attack points. So you have these both on board, you send one from your hand, he gains 400, his effect goes off. Since you send a Phantom Knight's card to the graveyard, he gains 500, they're both at 2,000 for free. That's the monster lineup. Trap cards, we've got Triple Wing. Target a monster on the field. It gains 500 attack permanently. And the first time it would be destroyed that turn, by battle or card effect, it is not. And all the trap cards have the similar effect. You can banish it, hard once per turn for each one of them. Target a Phantom Knight's monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Sword. You equip it to a monster, gains 800 attack. If the monster be destroyed, destroy this instead. And similar as Wing, banish it to target one in your grave, special summon it. You can only use that effect of sword once per turn. Double Fog Blade. The Fiendish Chain on almost crack. It's almost on crack because you target a monster, can't use its effects or attack, but it can't be attacked. So this one can be good if you want to sit on a monster and they can't get rid of this. You equip it to your monster and they can't attack it, so they can't attack directly either. And 1 Judgment. That's trap cards. For spells, we go Triple Twin, Pitch Hand Fodder, sets up for the fun shit, Double Spear. A lot of people don't tend to play this thing, I don't know why. They're inherently stupid. But then again, this is Nathan build, so I could be the stupid one. It's won me games, so I think I'm the smart one. And how it functions is that whenever your opponent tries to target your monsters with effects or cards, has your Phantom Knight monster though, when it resolves, they take 500 for nothing. Like, they just retire. It's like, oh, I'll book a moon your Phantom Knight. Okay, you take 500. Shit. But its grave effect is what's so absolutely amazing. If any dark monster you control will be destroyed, banish this. Doesn't have to be Phantom Knight. Dark monster in general. So I summon like Dark Rebellion and you try to bottomless and it's like, no. Double rank up magic for that Requiem play, because Requiem is so spicy. And it's quick effect. So if I do this, like I detach for Dark Rebellion, you Ghost Ogre, I chain this to rank him up. And get my monster. You lose your hand trap. And I laugh a little. Because I'm an asshole. Also, you can banish it from grave to attach a Phantom Knight from your hand to any Xyz monster you control. Does it have to be dark? Yeah, it has to be dark Xyz. That's fine though. Everything in this extra deck is dark attribute. Double goods. Send Spear. Send one of the trap cards if I don't need it. bring back stuff. 1 Acquisitive. Shuffle my banished monsters back into the deck. Draw a card. So I basically plus 4 off of 1 spell. Well, technically 3, because I have to activate a card to do it. The draw cancels that out. So yeah, it's a plus 4. It's fantastic in this deck. And I think only this deck can actually utilize it so well. Foolish Burial, kinda obvious. Send any monster, get their grave effect. Reinforcement, everything's a warrior. Dark Eruption, I just threw this in because I had an empty sleeve. I don't remember what was in. I think it was a third of this. Or a third of this. Or this. But I don't remember. It doesn't fucking matter. It won't make a difference. I will still melt face. This is the only deck I've ever actually been confident with. Because no matter how you build Phantom Knights, they're good. Unless you're an idiot. Then it's you, not the deck. So that's how every archetype is. 1 Cursed Javelin. I don't know why. He's just in here because he's a Phantom Knight. 2 Break Swords. I used to have 3. I don't now. So 2 is all I've got. Also, this was the money card of the deck. I got them for free when it first came out. I was very happy. My friend Christian was a real pal because he knew I loved this archetype, so he let me have them. God bless him. It's Cyber Dragon for Exceeds. It's generic for Exceeds. Its second effect, literally, in this deck, lets you go into anything because it levels them up. So you can go into Dark Rebellion. Yes, I have 1 ghost. This was a gift from another friend, Sam, who helped make the deck possible. So like, this dies, you bring 2 back, they gain a level, you go into this. You bring it back with a trap card, because it's a Phantom Knights monster. You rank this up afterwards, because you detach 2, search the rank up spell, and go into this bad motherfucker. This is the best Exceed I've ever seen. And let me explain why. It's only good in this deck. In Phantom Knights. It's shit in anything else. Because it has to be summoned with him. Dark Requiem exceeds Dragon's effects go as states, as follows. If Dark Rebellion is a material on this guy right here, you can attach 1 once per turn to take all of the attack of a monster. So it becomes 0. Regardless of its like stats and everything, he gains its original. So like I do this to, let's see, BLS. I do this to BLS. He's 0. This is 6k. Free like, face roll. But its second effect is gorgeous. Not once per turn. During either player's turn, when a monster effect is activated anywhere, oh no, when your opponent's, sorry, it doesn't matter, but it's regardless, it doesn't matter where it activates. Detach material to negate. Then, if you destroy the monster, you can summon any Xyz monster from your graveyard. Take that in for a second. Say if if by chance I manage to go into like I don't know, that intergalactic interplanetary, what is it? Intergalactic Dimensional Destroyer, the rank 10. I summoned that, it died, it's in my graveyard. I summon this, I negate your field monster's effect, it dies. Because it has to be destroyed, so it only technically counts on field for that part. I figured that out afterwards, so I had to apologize to my friend because I misused that. So I negate. It's successfully destroyed. I'll just summon that guy back to my field. You know, that's fair. That's a fair effect, right? And then 1 Papal Operative for when I play against Exceed. Or if I manage to swarm the field with them, with materials. Detach 1 from her. You gain 300 attack for each Exceed's material attached to a monster on the field. fly. Yeah, I killed it. Oops. Regardless, she's good at running shit over. And normally she takes 3. So if I do this, like break sword, I can rank up into her with 2 materials. That's the Exceeds. Links we got Runner Clock, just because he points down. Space Insulator, just because he points down. Decode, just because you can use one of these two to go into him, and he points down. Trisbana, Bina, whatever. This thing is hilarious, because I just banished a trap someone from my grave to like one of its markers, and it banishes all my opponent's back row. So I can literally bait out their back row with this, and I've done that, and I've won because of it. And then Boar Load, just because he gets over shit that can't be targeted. Or like destroyed. Like say, I managed to get this out against Nightmares. And like, say he's like here, and they have one here, so he's pointed to. Guaranteed because servers and shit. So I attack into one of the other ones. I take it. I break the rest of the link or whatever, and I just attack for game. Or I just run over the shit. I stop them. That's all that matters. One of the best link monsters in the game right now, I think. That and this thing is hilarious as hell, especially in this deck. But yeah, my win rate with this deck right now, I've beat Goki Nightmares, and this also goes out to my buddy Sam, because he said he would have lost. I don't really believe it or not, but he's like, if it was anyone else but you, I would have won. But like, you're good. I don't know if that's true or not, but like, this is probably my pride and joy. This was the deck I put the least amount of effort into and got the most out of for it, because I'm a very huge slacker when it comes to building these. But this was my build. If you liked it, give it a try. If you didn't, that's fine. I don't care. In terms of the deck's playstyle, I give it 10 out of 10. This is like the coolest archetype ever made, aside from Goki's. Goki's are probably on par. But I hope you liked it. Give it a shot. By all means, you won't regret it. And I'll see you all later. Next time is Tricksters. Yay!